If you've not already subscribed to EAG's YouTube channel and turned on your notifications, you're going to want to do that real soon because we've got a lot of really great cars that I think are going to sell pretty quick. We've got this collection of 5 cars that EAG will be announcing to market here in the next coming days. And, well, they're going to be quite desirable. They're going to be quite, well, memorable and quite affordable. We're going to do this a little different style, and we'll be going more into that in that video. But do stay tuned for a lot more EAG first looks, kind of rapid fire style, both with this collection and several other cars that have been going through the process here as we've just acquired them. So do stay tuned for more, and certainly reach out if you have any questions along the way. Without further ado, let's take a look at this next E39 M5 first look. Eric Keller here, Enthusiast Auto Group. Welcome to another EAG first look, and today we're going to talk about a LeMans Blue E39 M5. This car has done just 52,000 miles, has been cared for by 2 very loving enthusiasts, and today we're going to tell a portion of this car's story and introduce this car to market. It has just arrived and is at the beginning stages of EAG's rejuvenation program, the program we've been working on for the last 20 years, developing the way to make these cars new for a second time in life using a preservation-based approach. We don't want to restore a great car, we just want to make it, well, in its ultimate condition that it should be in, relative to the time and the mileage. And these cars today that we will be going over briefly, and the ones that we've gone over in previous videos, like the E28 M5 with 43,000 miles that we bought from the first owner, or the jet black M5 that's also a 2-owner car now with 66,000 miles with some choice Dynon upgrades, another EAG first look video, or the first of these first look videos here just in this recent time of the Techno Violet 30,000 mile 1999 M3. You know, keeping these cars in really great shape has been a pride and joy of those enthusiasts that we bought these cars from. And you know, when we put that name right there on the door, Enthusiast Auto Group, I mean, I would like to say that, well, I wasn't kidding. It's a group. I mean, it's a team sport. We love these cars collectively as enthusiasts, and caring for them and talking about what detailing products we used and how we've preserved that car and cared for the car today to go to that Cars and Coffee event tomorrow. And here we are talking about it in that parking lot. Literally, you know, that's what the hobby's all about for a lot of people, and the care and the effort and the passion and the joy that bringing one of these cars to an event like that presents for enthusiasts is, you know, that's part of the hobby. It's a great part of the hobby. It's a fun part of the hobby. I enjoy it, and I'm certainly looking forward to sharing that part of the hobby with the next owners of these Z4M Roadsters. The next gaggle, I think we got 11,000 miles, 13,000 miles, and 23,000 miles on those, and those are on the website. The Techno is going to be on the website soon, and the black M5 should probably be on the website by the time we drop this video, as well as the E28 M5, and if it's not, just call us and we'll be happy to send you the data file. But back to the business end of this video, and that's the LeMans Blue M5. The signature, I guess, the launch color, I think, for the E39 platform. And you'll notice the car's got some, well, some liberties taken, and they've all been done, though, with the right caliber products. And you're like, I've never seen that before. That's a little bigger lip spoiler than I'm used to. And, well, yeah, it's because it's from Alpina. And I'll be happy to show you the part number and all that. The car does have the Dynon exhaust as well as the Dynon software as well. And, you know, just some choice enthusiast upgrades that make the car their own. And if we want to change any of that stuff and take it off or add more to it, those are parts of the EAG catalog that are certainly open and welcome to the next enthusiast owner. The steering wheel, as you might have seen on the black M5, is something that we add to a lot of the M5s that previous guys have had before, and now you're noticing this is a LeMans on LeMans interior. Not exactly sure how many LeMans Blue on LeMans Blue interiors were built, but I can tell you that it's not a lot, and most of the ones that we've seen historically have not been cared for the way that an EAG, discerning client would expect. So it was really a nice surprise to get a call again, like a year and a half after the relationship started with the second owner of this car. And hey, Eric, it's Jim. Remember me from Florida? We talked about my M5. Oh, hey, Jim. Yeah. How long ago? Oh, just a year and a half. I'm sure you remember me. It turns out eventually I did. I just needed a little help. Once I found our conversation notes and reconnected some of the dots, it all came back together full circle. And this is a really great car that's always lived in the South. It's always been without any salt exposure. It's got the folding rear seats. Being an 03, it's got the rear standard airbags on the side. It is a rear sunshade equipped car, and it's a full row of buttons there. You'll see the PDC button as well. So it's a full dresser relative to the North American spec. Got a mileage correct amount of wear on the shift knob for the mileage, as well as when we judge the pedal covers, because we look at all that stuff and look at the seats. I mean, this is original. We haven't done anything to the car cosmetically yet. We've washed it, we've cleaned it out, with a vacuum. I mean, that's about it. All of the specialized and really skilled labor that goes on in this building, and then that building that's right over there, and then that building that's over there, and then the other one's over there, and then the other one that's over that way, and then the one that's like 12 miles that way. All of those campus included buildings is what EAG has been working on over the last 20 years to be able to bring these cars back to market for a second time and next to new condition. And I'm quite proud of what we've been able to accomplish in these years, and having cars like this. I mean, there's that E28, it's the #1 condition car. I mean, there are less than 10 cars that are nicer than that relative to the E28 M5 market in North America, period. And that's why it's got that license plate frame on the back. We're very, very fortunate to have quite a few of E28 M5s in stock right now that are just gangbuster. But again, back to business at hand. We're going to look at all the tops of the bolts, make sure that nothing's been turned. I mean, these are the things that we're looking at during the PPI process, and I'm looking forward to showing you these photos once the car's been detailed. But it's good to show you what original form looks like, because we start with the best base that we can, and that's how we get the best results that we're known for. And this is a great example of just that. We've got our original color code sticker and emission sticker there. You can tell that the font's a little different on the replacement stickers, but if you've not seen more than one of them, you would not know the difference. And again, that's where EAG comes into play, mitigating that risk. And if you've owned an E39 M5 before, you know that these gas doors, when rain washes in, or water from washing the car, there's not a drain here. The water just pools up and pockets in here. You can see some of the dried remnants there. I gave it a quick wipe because I wanted to show you this. So look, real close, real close. See those two little dots? Those are just the onsets of oxidation rust starting in that seam. This seam is slight design flaw, and when water sits in there, eventually that starts. We are going to dig that out and repaint this pocket. We're going to put the tape line right there and repair that, and then put a bead in that pushes the water away so that, it doesn't happen again. And that's what we call gas door rust. And yeah, it's not an easy thing that you want to let just anybody fix, because it does require, digging into the paint and body. But we're going to fix that once and forever, because it's the first time we've had this M5. And it's the second time we've had that one, second time we've had that one. It's the third time we've had this Lime Rock that we've just recently sold to a previous former owner of the same VIN number. And fixing it once, fixing it right, is the important part of the EAG program. And again, that's one of the few things that sets us very different than the rest of the group. Thinking here on my feet, if you are interested in this LeMans Blue M5 but don't like the tint that has preserved. The interior of this car being a southern car in Florida and Texas, the interior is certainly in much better shape for having that window tint, that privacy glass. But it does have a couple really small imperfections, a couple bubbles from maybe some dirt or dust. You know, we didn't install it, nor do we install tint, but we certainly can take it off and take it off clean and without consequence. Again, the interior is in way better shape for it. But any of those type of personalizations that you want to do to make this EAG BMW your own, we'll do for you before we deliver the car to you. You'll notice the airbag stickers there. I do want to point out that you know, the car's overall cleanliness is, again, just as it arrived. So we're certainly going to make this thing a whole lot better. I've opened up the M5 now. We can take a little closer look at the interior. You will notice that the Titan trim certainly stands up quite nice against the LeMans Blue interior. Again, if we want to update the steering wheel, we certainly can do that. If we want to remove the passport radar detector system, we certainly can do that. If we want to remove the dining cans, well, you probably shouldn't be buying this car. That exhaust sounds exactly the way that these cars should have, and if you don't understand that, then well, we might not be a good fit. You will notice the car does have the optional rear airbags, which were standard on the 2003s. There'll be a little marker on those C-pillars, similar to the airbag logo right there. The rear spoiler is an Alpina, as I noted earlier. We can see the part number and the embossing there. The car certainly is not brand new and does come with some age-related quirks. These are standard, though. Do need to clean that out. And, you know, the car, I did note, the car's got wax everywhere. Old school turtle wax. Look, old school turtle wax. I mean, this is what I was tasked with wiping off when I had to clean up the car my dad waxed, or the guy before him when I was a kid. But you know, that indicates where the car came from. Oh, it's machining up the pusher a bit. There we go, not quite all the way in. See, those are the things we're going to fix and update when we go through and do the EAG Rejuve program. And that attention to detail, frankly, is it's unparalleled, because I don't know that other shops have had a couple hundred, let alone 400 or 500 E39 M5s to benchmark, including a 9,000 mile Amola Red in like one of our other videos earlier. Well, or the 309 mile M5, the black one we sold alongside the 500 mile E46 M3 a couple years ago. And you know, those experiences, they stay with us. We remember that stuff, and we certainly utilize that information and experience when we're evaluating what needs to go into the next EAG Rejuve inspection, so that we can, you know, bring that next used car back to that new car level for a second time in life. So thank you for tuning in to this EAG First Look. It's a First Look week. I noted it earlier, we have a collection of really cool cars that have come to EAG that I'm very, very excited to share with you. They're from a very good friend of ours for a long period of time, and a great family, very well respected and known in the BMW car club community. None of these cars here shown today are part of that collection, but 5 very special cars coming off the truck will be presented through our YouTube channel as a first look opportunity before they are on the website. So if you're interested in, I guess I'll just hint, E30 M3, E24 M6, and another one of those lovely orange Lime Rock Park Edition M3s. And yes, it does have 3 pedals. So if any of those things interest you, do subscribe for an early notification. Turn that notification bell on so you get a alert when we do post the next video, because the guy that did that before you might see that before you. And yes, we are selling a lot of these cars before we even hit the website. Like, you know, that white M3 never even hit the website. Just we knew what people were talking about wanting, and we certainly are happy to connect the right people with the right cars, and that's why we want to have these conversations with you over the phone. So once again, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe for more. See ya.